Will come to order. We meet today to continue receiving the posture statements. We have quite a few more. It's the time of year, and we have General Todd Walters, and I appreciate very much the time we spent together in Munich last week, and Stephen Lyons. So I appreciate the two and the years of service that you've donated and given to your country. As stated many times before, the Armed Services Committee's top priority is to ensure the effective implementation of the National Defense Strategy. Do we have that? Yeah, this is our, we pretty much, it surprised me, Senator Wicker, how we have really stuck with that from the very beginning. It means that we must ensure that in this era of great power competition with Russia and China, that our military services are resourcing our combatant commands to address the challenge of strategic competition. This is especially true of our two combatant commands that are here today. EUCOM is focused on deterring Vladimir Putin, who has repeatedly shown his willingness to use force to achieve his political objectives. And then there's TRANSCOM, whose focus on full spectrum mobility operations include sea lift, airlift, and both of which face capability shortfalls. I just returned from the Munich Security Conference with several others here at this table. It was a great reminder that of the importance of allies and partners as we deal with the challenges from China and Russia. There are great opportunities to work with our European friends, especially in Africa, and I hope that we'll continue to do that. America's commitment to NATO remains bipartisan and unwavering. We're matching our words with action, especially through our posture investments in the European Deterrence Initiative and the upcoming exercises called Defend 2020, which will be the largest movement of U.S. troops to Europe since the end of the Cold War. We're talking about the addition, in addition to the 10,000 already there, an additional 20,000, and so it's a large one. It's a record setter. General Walters, I look forward to hearing about your priorities going forward, especially in the maritime domain where Russia is increasing activity, advancing submarines, and in air and missile defense as Russia continues to threaten U.S. and allied forces with its missile arsenal. General Lyons, you recently stated that the aerial refueling fleet is the most stressed that in the U.S. Transportation Command's arsenal. So we look forward on getting your thoughts on how we can address the shortfall, much of which is due to the problems that we've had with the KC-46. I'm particularly sensitive to that because I was honored to come back from all the way to Washington State to come back to Altus Air Force Base in the KC-46 at that time. That was less than a year ago, and I didn't think there was any problem with it. Obviously, there is. And before we turn to Senator Reid, we will remind the members that we will have a classified closed informal briefing at 2:30, and that is going to conflict with some of the votes. Senator Reid.
Well, thank